We have got the OG original Land Rover Defender out of the back of the Batcave, haven't we, Tyler? Right. What are we doing today? We are doing door cards. So this is our Land Rover Defender door card. So we have designed a new door card. We've been doing this project for ages. Don't talk to me. It's a painful project, isn't it, Tyler? He's got hit by COVID and companies going bust and goodness knows what this one. But we have got it here, UK made. We designed it and it's got some cool features. So if you want to add a tweeter speaker or a little switch or something, you've got a little surface there. We've got it properly screwing and bolting onto the door rather than those other clips. And we'll look at the original clips and design at the minute. It'll take the window winder, or you could put a blank. We'll try and get a blank made. So if you've got the electric windows, you can do that. It's got the door hub. You could use this area here if you wanted to create a little door pocket. You could put a net or something over here, create a little mat pocket in the door. You could create a speaker pod here. We put all that there for you. And this has got a reflector for safety. This takes one of these Land Rover. I forgot what these come off. It's like a Freelander 2 reflector that goes in there. So when you open your door, you've got a bit more safety. And there we go. It's just generally a bit neater, a bit stronger, a bit better supported, a bit more weatherproof than the old Land Rover Defender door cards. It's our design. We think it's all right. So what should we do? Let's have a look at what you get in the kit, shall we, Tyler? And then we'll do a bit of fitting. And then we'll dismantle this one and refit it. These door cards, I think they're made from 3mm. I'll have to double check. ABS plastic. They're made by a process called vacuum forming, where you make a mold and you suck it down over the top of it. Children's toys. And they will come exactly like this with those holes already created in them. And there will be two. We're only laid out one because my table's not big enough for two door cards. Right, and then how do they fit? So they are going to fit. We're going to insert riv nuts into the door, an aluminium M6 riv nut, and we'll go through that. And we're going to create these captive head. Now, we designed this door card before the new Defender came out. And if you look at the new Defender, it has got exposed door cap bolts all the way around the outside. So it's quite interesting how we did that. But I don't think I can claim any exclusivity of design. And then, there's a mole in the organisation. So you've got these Allen head, flat head. They're actually furniture bolts, I think. And they give a nice low profile, sort of, I think, quite sort of high tech finish to it. So you've got a load of bolts and they go round in all the bolt holes. Now it gets a bit trickier at the top. We had to put our thinking caps on for this, didn't we, Tyler? Because there's a bigger distance. It doesn't sit intimately close to the door frame. So what we've had to do there is we're going to put the riv nut in. We are then going to put the grub screw in. Make sure you get it with the Allen key facing you. And then that will allow you to then insert one of these spacers, like so. And then that will sit behind the door card, and then you're back to normal, and you can put your bolt in. So that's the way all that works. So the top three fittings are different. All the rest are the same. Let's have a look at an original door card. So there you go. These are the original Land Rover door cards. And they're sort of all right. I think these are the later ones. You're right, Tyler. The original ones were like a hardboard. These ones were at least sort of weatherproof. They were just like bits of... Oh, he's got the light that we should have got organised, Tyler. That's like the rear door one, but they weren't dissimilar to that. This one might even be homemade, but they weren't much better than a bit of old wood with a little cover in that always comes off. So anyway, so these ones aren't too bad, but these are quite expensive. And the clips are still weird, aren't they? We were just scratching our head over these, weren't we, Tyler? So what you get, when you get a new door card, you get it with all these little yellow, funky, I'm going to call them nipples, why not, Tyler? Pre-mounted to the door. And then you get this sort of fitting that I think you've got to snap over these. And then they find their way, and they're like a sort of barbed fir tree. That's the word I was looking for, Tyler. Well done. But we were working out how to fit these, and we came up with the best process we could come up with. Was putting it resting it solid, and then giving it a little tap. And then you could sort of force that into the hole on your door. That leads us nicely on to the door. Look at that. See what I did there, Tyler? Almost. So this, your door, look, it'll have a little bit of rust, and it'll be... Now, Your holes around the perimeter will be a little smaller than ours because we've been playing with ours. But what you're going to have to do is to take these holes and then first of all check that it lines up with the plastic door card we're supplying. Check that everything seems to line up. And then what you're going to have to do is insert the riv nuts. Cue riv nut, Tyler. Pass me a riv nut. I mangled the other one, but don't tell anyone. Right, so we are going to... Now, your riv nut is not going to fit in the holes you've got. So you're going to have to get yourself a 9mm drill. Yeah. And you're going to have to drill out your hole. There we go. That wasn't a lot of resistance. To 9mm, which should just about take your riv nut. Now, if you're lucky, it'll be a little bit tight. That one wasn't. But there we go. It's tight enough. And then what you're going to have to do is compress the riv nut. Now, there are other tools available, but we've got this one. That we sell. We got this one. It's sort of ingenious, but half ingenious or not. So you assemble it like this. So you've got the hole here and the barrel there. You poke the M6 bit, not the bigger bit, not the M8, through there. You then, that's right, isn't it? Because that face needs to, then you're going to have to put the washer on the top, push, and then you're going to have to put the nut on the top of the washer. So that, and then we need to get that as all the way down. And the idea will be, as we tighten this thread, it will pull that bottom bit up, and we will compress the back of the riv nut. It will swage and form a bulge behind, and we should have a captive fitting. Spin that all the way so you've got it coming to the end. Okay, and then we can insert it, and then as long as that... Right, what size spanners do we need here, Tyler? 19. No, 19. And that's a 14. He's got it going the right way for me. And then we should be able to react those two against each other. And that should buckle over that riv nut. Now we can't actually see the other side of that riv nut. There you go. That's gone super tight. And we should be able to... And then we have got a secure, sealed, non-corroding aluminium. I'm just wondering whether we should worry about putting some grease on it, because we've got aluminium and steel together. Tyler, have we got some dodgy? You might want to put a bit of grease around it, but certainly put a bit of paint around it to stop your door frame rusting. Right. So there you go. So then the general idea is, everyone's got the rest of it now. Is the general idea, is that the right door card or the wrong door card, Tyler? Right, we've got the right side now, after some debate. And then that should go on. Now, there we go. And that all lines up, and that. Now, being a Land Rover, everything might not be exactly 100% the same, but you get the general idea. And we've given you an area there where you can fettle it out a bit if you need to, and use a washer if you need to. Right, so that's it. What we'll do now is we'll strip this one down and pretend we're coming along to fit this door card for the first time. Right, and Tyler's asked, are all the holes exactly the same as the original? So what I've done is I've put the two door cards down, and let's start here. And obviously you can see this one uses that one uses that one. That one we actually don't use, okay? And then the next one at the top, that's interestingly not got one of these, so there must be a screw or a fixing there. So that's that one. This one we don't use. Then that one's the same, that one's the same, that one's the same, that one's the same. That one again looks like it's got a separate fixing, which is fine. And then the bottom one there. So yeah, we're all good. So that's the basic story there. Those two top corner ones you might have to watch, and there's a couple we don't use. Right, let's get to the car. Right, so Tyler has removed the door card for us so we can have a look. So this is the stage you should get to. So you got the riv nuts. Now we have just had a look. We have changed the plan from aluminium riv nuts to steel nuts. You'll see we've got steel riv nuts in here, so we haven't got that worry of the sort of galvanic reaction between aluminium and steel. So we've sorted that. Right, so you could use the opportunity while you've got the door card off to put some, we've put some of this, we've got this on our website, we can get it from all over. It's a foam, double-sided, fireproof foam, just to stop the panel drumming, although it still drums a bit, we might have to put a bit more in here. And to that end, on the door card, one thing we will supply is with a pad of foam. Now we found that if you put the pad of foam here, it stops it rattling next to this section here. What's rolling off my table? Something. Right, so I think we're ready to offer it up, aren't we, Tyler?
Yeah.
So in terms of taking the door panel off, Tyler, were there any issues? So obviously you've got to remove your window winder. It's all Phillips heads, and you should be left with this. You should be left with this. It should be fairly straightforward. If you're removing original door card, it should just be a case of ripping it off, shouldn't it? Because it's just those yellow fixing clips, isn't it? And just removing the window winder. Yeah. Now, note, if you've got electric windows, I don't know if we mentioned this, because it's day 2 for us, it's one video for you. If you've got electric windows, I think you're going to need a blank here, because I think the electric windows are on the center console control. Right, so we're ready just to, so we've got our vibration foam in place there. We're ready just to offer this up. Now, there is a plastic shroud. Window strip, Tyler. We've got to fit the window strip, haven't we? So there is a strip where this comes next to the window. We will supply a little strip of rubber that we have to squidge over this top edge here. So let me squidge that over. Right, nearly forgot. Before you mount the door card, you've got to mount these top 3 standoff pillars, okay? So we've worked out a little way of doing this, haven't we, Tyler? So, right, you've got the standoff pillar. Get your Allen key. What size Allen key was it, Tyler? 3, there you go. So put your collar over your 3, do that, and then get a little bit of Loctite, thread lock. Put it all the way along it. And then, and what you can do is you can wind in, now round the window down a little bit. You can wind that in, and if you look through the gap there, can you see that, Tyler? You see the end of the riv nut? You can see the reflection. There you go. All right, he's coming out. So wind him back, because you don't want, if you go through too far, you'll be into your glass, and that's going to be a whole world of misery. So wind it back, spin that one on, and just lock that up tight. Okay, so there we go. So we've got the 3 prongs all up and ready. And then, now we've got to watch this a little bit, but I think we can do that afterwards. Oh, we've got to get that little close-out pan. Let me get a couple of screws in loosely.
Not many tools, really.
It's not too bad, yeah. So we won't put the thread lock in the kit. You could do with buying some thread lock. Good excuse to have some thread lock around. Right, we'll rattle on and get these in, and then we'll come back. We've just got to fit the trim bits on, and then the cutouts around here. So let me get busy screwing these up. Right, Tyler's just put this all together for me. There you go. Right, don't drop that bit on the floor. A couple of observations Tyler's made. On these side bits particularly, there is a gap. There's a thickness if you look at the side, from the side on there, Tyler. So if you tighten this screw too tight, you will start to compress this here. So what we're going to suggest is you use thread lock on the bolts, and don't over tighten the ones where they start to, most of them are okay because they're quite flat to the door. So you can actually pinch it right up to the door, but there's a couple where due to the design there is a thickness at the side here. So just be careful you don't just crush the plastic. Right, we got to reinsert our little, which should just fold down, and that's an execution. Oh, this is the door lock. Right, why can't I get it in, Tyler? It should just slide in, shouldn't it? There you go. And that is the door lock mechanism, Tyler. That's as good as it gets on a Defender. Right, right, window windery thing. What have we got in the middle of that? Here we go. We're in. Now I do think there was an extra ring. There is an extra spacer ring. There you go. Right. Now I guess you could work out an exact way of doing this, depending where you want, because you find leg room becomes an issue here, Tyler. So let's just put it on. But you might want to work out with the window up exactly where you want it to stop in an ergonomic position.
I've got options.
You do have, how many options have you got, Tyler? 6, I guess.
6,
yeah?
Either 6 or 8.
Right, so there you go. Check that all works. So there we go. So we're there. I think there might be a little insert that we haven't got that goes in the middle of there. But there's nothing there. Now there might be a little plastic bit you have to pop out that sits in there. Who knows? It's a Defender. Right. Right, the door escutcheons next, isn't it? This surround for this. Now, oh gosh, we've got an expensive alloy one here. These are normally plastic. We're working on some alloy ones here. So I think you have to pull that out, slide that in, do that, hold it open. Guys, this is like rubbing your tummy and patting your head, this one, isn't it? And get that one in there. Put your Allen key down. Did it all line up, Tyler? We're going to look good on video here. Yeah.
Always.
Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Seems to have found something. I was going to say stop then, Tyler. I thought it was going nowhere, but no, it did get it eventually. So that is that. Oh, and the door pull is the last bit, isn't it? Yeah, see, this has got one plastic cover and one missing, isn't it? Terrible. God.
There may be better options.
Yeah, now I think we do an alloy grab for this as well, I think. But we'll go. Actually that door card material doesn't clash too badly with the finish on that door pull, does it? Oh, there we go.
That's exactly right, actually.
Those screws might be a bit wildly long, but there we go. And then the reflector. Right, now the reflector, they come with two little springy bits here, but they're a bit rubbish. So we just snap those off, and we're gonna put a couple of bits of double-sided tape. We've got some double-sided tape on there. Oops, littering the workshop floor. Right, so there we go. And then that should, we haven't got the two holes punched in here, have we, Tyler? We'll have to make the two holes for that. Now, I think this is the one we had on the car originally, isn't it? Right, so let's drill those holes and pop that in. That reflector should push in there. Tyler's drilled some holes for me with some double-sided tape. So that's got that in. And I think we're done, aren't we, Tyler? So obviously we could add some speakers. We could add a net there if you want. We're going to change these to the alloy system there. But that is a Defender door card, which I reckon is better than the original ones. So there we go. We'll get those for sale on the website. Let us know. Obviously, it worries me slightly. Land Rovers are all of this era, all built slightly differently. Trying to get everything to line up, but you should be able to file out the holes a little bit. We've left plenty of room if yours is a little bit different. But there you go. Let us know.